They're all horse. Don't trust none of them, except the ones that I like. If they're not horse. SB5. Yeah, I'm talking about 19. Um, I wanted to just drop some jewels on drops real quick. You know what I mean? I just wanted to speak about drops and all that I've gathered over the last 3, 4 years of understanding it. I would like to say drops, drops. No, it's not a jump, but a lot of people consider it kind of a jump. You're jumping off of something. It is not what I thought it was at first, and I sat around and watched probably 20 or 30 different videos on YouTube and every video that's available for drops. And I'd like to point out that everyone made great points. A lot of them were obviously similar. I didn't want to do a demonstration or a video. I'm pretty sure you guys are all going to watch those things. This is the more so in-depth understanding of it, because the problem is that they're showing you drops in their area or in their location, what they look like, their terrain might not be the same as yours. The drops you're taking might not be as big or as small as these ones. So each drop has its own real unique kind of flavor. The simple part and rule of thumb is that every single trail has something called trail speed. So if you can understand the speed of the trail and obviously do a run in, check out the drop, look at the landing, make sure it's safe, make sure it's doable, make sure your suspension, your bike is going to be able to withstand it, and before just sending it. But for the most part, that's the best way you'll get to understand each drop, is understanding the trail speed. There's a trail speed, and for each different feature on the trail, the speed needs to be slightly adjusted. Whether you need a little more speed to clear a section, a little less speed so you don't overshoot a section, or you can make a turn, things of that nature. You want to really focus on dropping the bike like a cat. You don't want to drop the bike like a big, heavy set bag of bricks or something. You want to make sure that it is silent when the landing happens. As gentle landing as possible. You don't want to come down hard. That's always the biggest one. Obviously, you want to land into the transition of whatever that drop is, so it's more smooth and it's set up that way. But the number one thing you could focus on and key in on is the lifting of the bars. The lifting of the bars probably is going to save you 9 times out of 10. It is because you want to prevent that front tire from landing first. Now, out of all the drop videos I've watched, there was only 1 or 2 people who said something about allowing that front tire to drop first. That's something I wouldn't advise anyone to do, let alone someone who's new to drops, someone who's trying out drops for the first time. You're gonna wash out. That's just you're gonna fuck yourself. So I would never advise that. But what I would advise is that you want to try to land as neutral as possible, meaning both tires land on the surface, or if you're on the transition, both tires need to land on the transition. Never really want that front tire to land first, because it's probably going to lead to a dead sailor. It's most likely going to lead to you leaning too far forward and bringing your weight and your momentum forward, and then what happens after. So what I would always advise is to just lift up the front bars in hopes that we're not going to go forward. We're still getting our body more neutrally or rear weighted, should I say. You want to put that weight on the rear tire a little more at that moment, so there's no weight and pressure getting ready to take you off this drop and then you nosedive. You want to come off this drop and float and sail until your back tire is leaving contact. Once you feel your back tire leaving contact, now you can try to aim your bike down. It's more so of a feeling process that you will easily feel, and it won't be hard. And I really believe that if you take small drops, 1-footers or 2-footers, stuff that your bike could naturally roll, but it's just right there. It's sketchy. Like, should I drop this or is this rollable? Those things that are rollable, treat those as big drops. Treat those as huge drops. And watch how quick your progression starts to build and your confidence starts to build. And also look at each drop as another cool feature that was designed for you to take. When you do take the drop and you do lift your front bars up and you do feel like you're sailing off of the lip perfectly and you're focusing on trying to land both tires neutrally, but you don't think that's going to happen because you've carried a little bit too much momentum, don't think about trying to get that front tire down first. Just allow the back tire to land first. You will be okay. It's a little safer in my opinion and everything I've experienced from every drop I've tried. And it's going to make you feel a lot more comfortable because you'll have that landing control of your front. Because if you don't land the front controlled right, you're washing out to the left. You're washing out to the right. And some drops you really don't want to fall on. And I want to definitely say, be safe. I definitely want to say be safe. Attack each feature the right way. Don't just attack it just blindly or just assuming you're going to guarantee hit it. Make sure you know you're going to hit it. Make sure you know the area. Make sure you know where you're at. Make sure you know exactly the distance or that you need to make it and the speed you need to make it to that distance before you send it. This game is not a forgiving game. The Mountain is undefeated. The Mountain has never lost a fight. It's going to continuously whoop all of our asses. But we're going to go out there and have fun while we're doing it. You know what I'm talking about?